Temperature of Love, Ep 15 Part 1 Inch. Sometimes a change of scenery is what's needed to cause some forward motion, and if that's the case, then Hyun-soo and Jung-sun are in luck. They are both still grappling with fear, but perhaps when you've already lost the one you loved once before, the only thing scarier than admitting your feelings is not admitting them and losing your love for good. Episode 15 Recap. Hyun-soo cries as she tells Jung-woo why she quit her drama, and he reaches to wipe away her tears. She pushes his hand away, but he holds on, unwilling to break contact. Hyun-soo whispers that she feels the most sorry towards him, and Jung-woo realizes that she's putting up a wall between them, like always. He lets go and backs away, saying that he needs time to decide what to do about the show. He asks if she'll regret this if the show does better after she leaves, reminding her that she can still decide to stick with it. Hyun-soo agrees that she might regret it, and that she may never write again. But she stands firm in her decision, saying that if she stays, it could take 1,000,000 years to retrieve her pride, and she'll be dead by then. She says she wants to work again before she's dead, and he smiles. After their celebratory ball game, Jung-sun and his employees go for a few beers, where he thanks them for their trust and support. He reminds them to stay focused as the restaurant gains in popularity, and gives them 2 days off to rest. Hong-ah watches Jung-sun's appearance on the cooking show for the 1,000,000th time, remembering him saying that Hyun-soo is his highest priority. She wonders if she really likes him, or if she's just obsessed with him because he rejected her. Jun gets affectionate with Jung-sun after drinking, but Jung-sun pushes him off, complaining that they're both sweaty. Jun gets all giddy when Hong-ah calls him, knowing she's only calling because Jung-sun rejected her, but unashamed in his love for her. Jung-sun asks if that doesn't bother him, but Jun says his love for her trumps any bad feelings he might have, and asks if Jung-sun has anyone like that in his life. Jun is too busy talking to Hong-ah that he doesn't hear Jung-sun pout childishly, "I do too have someone like that." He lights up to see that Hyun-soo called him, but when he calls back, she doesn't answer. She's deliberately ignoring her phone as Jung-woo drives her home. When Jung-woo drops her off, she thanks him for today, but he tells her to stop saying things like sorry and thank you because he's hoping for a different response from her. Hyun-soo just giggles at him when he confirms that he's trying to get her to see him as a man. Undaunted by the unanswered call, Jung-sun jogs all the way to Hyun-soo's place with a great big smile on his face. His smile grows when he sees her lights still on, and he texts to make sure that she's awake. She thinks about how she promised to think hard about whether to accept his feelings, and agrees to see him. She heads out only to find him standing right outside her door. Jung-sun tells her that he went drinking to celebrate the restaurant's recent popularity, and she thinks to herself, "My worst day turns out to be his best day." Jung-sun tells Hyun-soo not to come out because it's late, but he declines to come inside because he's stinky. He asks why she called him, giving her the side eye when she says it was a mistake. He quips that she's most attractive when she's honest, so she just lost some of her charm. Hyun-soo says thoughtfully that people don't change. She thought she had, but she was wrong. To prove that people do change, Jung-sun says that he no longer wears his shirts inside out, He closes the door, content just to have seen her face, and waves goodbye adorably before heading home. Hyun-soo watches him through the window, recalling how he said that he never confused her about his feelings, and Young-woo telling her to stop thinking so much and just follow her heart. June meets up with Hong-ah at the park, where she decides they're going for a run. He keeps right on her heels, but he lets her stay a step ahead of him, and as she wins the race, she crows triumphantly that she's going to win at everything. Since Kyung's been living in the apartment writing studio where Hyun-soo works, she has to move out now that Hyun-soo quit. Hyun-soo invites her to stay at her place, and she urges Kyung to start working on her own script. Kyung thinks it's a waste of time since her scripts never win competitions, but Hyun-soo reminds her that writer Park said that Man Who Eats Rare Steak was terrible, but it still won. Jung-sun's mother makes lunch for the two of them, all the while bragging about Jung-sun's looks and success as if she's responsible for everything. She thanks him for being born as her son, but he ignores this. She asks if he can't be nicer to her boyfriend Daniel since he makes her happy, but he just tells her to stop basing her happiness on other people. He suggests maturing a bit, which she refuses to do, saying that she'd be too embarrassed about how she's lived her life, so she'd rather stay immature. Over Raymyeon, Hyun-soo suggests to Kyung that they go on a trip, and they simultaneously decide to visit Yeonsu, on the coast. Kyung frowns when Junha lets himself in, and when Hyun-soo fusses at him for always asking Kyung for favors, Junha tells her to loosen up and date. Kyung fires off at him, saying that Hyun-soo is way better than him, making Hyun-soo cheer. Annoyed, Junha tells Hyun-soo that Young-woo is having trouble with the network, and it's all her fault.